Going transmental, the disease that just won't die. From Hollywood to politics to sports, from an MMA to even professional wrestling's not immune. Wrestling legend calls it out in a verbal tirade. I'm Jazz Berganzo, and this is what's next. What's up, guys? Jazz Berganzo, what's next? Of course, your daily. Hope you guys are doing good today. So we're gonna stay in this realm, and we're gonna continue to talk about, of course, transanity, because it is the flavor, what seems like the flavor of the year so far. This has infected, and I mean like AIDS, in Hollywood, politics, of course, sports. MMA. You had one Mr. Fallon Fox, who decided to be a woman and go through surgeries and what have you, except bottom surgery because he may know better. Goes into the ring and beats the shit out of not just one woman competitor, but two by fracturing skulls. But that's okay, because he's a woman now. Professional wrestling is not immune to this. Now, I did not know this, but then again, I'm not surprised, is that there is tranny madness in professional wrestling, specifically Impact Wrestling, an offshoot, an offspring of the WWE. One wrestling legend, Rick Steiner, called it out in a verbal tirade of sorts. Let's take a look. And of course, pearls are clutching, rectums are clinching, because Karens are offended. This comes out of Bounding into Comics. Impact Wrestling star Giselle Shaw claims industry legend Rick Steiner hurled transphobic insults at a WrestleCon this year. Transgender professional wrestler Giselle Shaw has alleged that the industry legend Rick Steiner hurled transphobic insults at her during a recent attendance at WrestleCon 23. Of course, there she is at a Alphabet Pride Parade. Shocking. The dude who thinks she's a lady, individual who currently competes in Impact Wrestling's women's division, see Fallon Fox, claimed that on March 31st, coincidentally, the same date as the International Transgender Day of Visibility, of course, Transgender Day of Violence, which of course was, thank goodness, canceled because of safety concerns. I was at an autograph signing event today at WrestleCon, and while I was walking to my table, I hear someone yelling, "You're a man! You're a dude!" Yelling out facts. "You're a piece of trash! You're filth! Get away from here!" Oh my. I kept my head down and kept walking as I did. I didn't want to acknowledge the hate. The wrestler further recalled. When I arrived at my table, I spoke to another Impact Wrestling talent who was at the signing with me and mentioned the incident. It didn't sit well with me, and I wanted to know who was saying this, because it's unacceptable. So I decided to take a walk in that area, and I hear that same person saying the same derogatory comments. According to Shaw, it was then that she supposedly discovered that one shouting insults was none other than WWE Hall of Famer and one half of the legendary Steiner Brothers tag team, Rick Steiner. Quote, "I was shocked. I couldn't believe that this was ever happening. To have someone say these comments, who a lot of people look up to and consider their hero, was quite shocking, disheartening. I was in disbelief. So I asked him, 'Excuse me.' He kept repeating those hateful phrases and started yelling at me in a public setting. It was inexcusable and unacceptable." Another disappointing part of the whole incident was that other wrestling legends who just sat there, turned their heads away, did not want to get involved or stand up for what's right because it involved one of the boys, quote, end quote. He continued, "Judging from that experience, it was more important to them to watch something wrong go down as opposed to standing up for someone who's being bullied and doing what's right." It may be misspelled, but yeah. "I'm not writing this because I want sympathy," Shaw clarified. "I'm writing this because I am done with being bullied to silence. Today's International Transgender Day of Visibility, or Day of Trans Madness, I'm standing up for myself and other people who go through the exact same situation on a daily basis. I want everyone to know the kind of deplorable person Rick Steiner is, and this cannot be tolerated. This keeps happening because people let it slide and do not take action. If you do business with these types of people, then I will not do business with you. Unfortunately, a member of the same peers group was also verbally accosted by Rick Steiner being called a, let's just call it what it is, faggot, earlier in the day. She concluded, I'm very fortunate to be working alongside with such incredible people at a company with no room for hate, bullying, judgment. It's all about diversity, tolerance, inclusivity. You know, those things. We're not just co-workers, but we're a family. Likewise, AEW star Jericho inserted his reply to Shaw's sharing of the story on Instagram. Quote, hey, don't even worry about this. Steiner has always been a bully and has gotten away with so much because he's a Steiner. Makes me laugh. Because I fell for the same shit when he bullied me. Eddie, Chris, Oscar, Juvie. At the World War III in 97, Jericho said, I got your back, Shaw. And if Rick has issues with this, I'd love to discuss them with him anytime. It's 2023, dude. Grow the fuck up. There are a myriad of ways to go about this. On the left, it's inclusive. It's diversity. So stunning, so brave. Those of us with common sense call it out what it is. It's transhumanists, transanity, transmental, you name it. The fact of the matter is that we are dealing with an evil cult. Just as I spoke about in the first video regarding Riley Gaines. The fact of the matter is that Rick Steiner, and of course Rick Steiner is legend along with his brother Scott, because I remember watching them back in the days of WCW back in the 90s. So, shows my age. Now, calling the guy a piece of trash, I've heard it before, and I'll hear it again. But calling him a dude, he's right. You're a man, he's right. But then again, wrestling has always been known for its drama. It's always been known for its soap opera storylines. Legendary soap opera storylines. This is not one. To me, I throw this in the trash. No pun intended. But the reason why it kind of stands out to me, and it was on my feed, is that because sadly, when you have major sports, and we're talking, now remember, wrestling is a choreographed sport. We're talking major sports have all bowed down the knee, who've all bent the knee. Most recently, hockey. But players and teams finally woke up to the fact to say, yeah, you know what? Yeah, we're not going to wear your Skittle jerseys. And so NHL called it off. This is what you need to do when it comes to trans madness. You need to confront it. You need to face up to it. You need to basically look it straight in the eyeball and poke it right in the eyeball and punch it in the face. That's exactly what you do. We're talking the ideology, not the person. Just when Michael Knowles, who basically said we need to eradicate the transgender ideology, of course, everyone in the media and their mother basically said that Michael Knowles wanted to destroy trans people. No, trans people need professional help, psychological help, psychiatric help, medical help. Not taking them for meatball surgery, as the left loves to do. But in this case, was it the right venue for Steiner to say what he said? He could have pulled him to the side and basically said, you know what? Yeah, I'm not a fan. You're a dude. I know you're a dude. You can dress up however you want. You can perform whatever surgeries you like. You were born a dude. You live as a dude, and you'll die as a dude. That would have been me. But then again, this is Rick Steiner, and Rick Steiner, who's always been known, in his wrestling, the Bulldog, and what have you. I'm sorry, not to be confused with the British Bulldog, but he's a man who doesn't mince words. A man of few words, but he doesn't mince them. So, and Jericho to sign off on this, to co-sign on this, stop. I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more just like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. And we'll see you next time. Peace.